Welcome, everybody. I just want to do a quick market update for all of you. So, I want to start with the CME Fed Watch tool because we have some changes on here and it's for the better. So, if we look at September 17th, we are looking at a 90.61% probability of a rate cut and literally a couple months from now, which is great news. And then we also see that January 28th of 2026, there's another rate cut priced into the market with a 96.4% chance that we're going to see a rate cut. And then again in April of 2026. So this is great news. Looks like we for sure are going to get two rate cuts next year and maybe even a third one next September, which is great news, guys. So all eyes on September 2025's rate cut. This is going to absolutely fuel the market if we can see that. So I'm very excited for that. And that's also why we see stocks like SoFi just completely ripping to the upside because SoFi is a banking application. So when interest rates are dropping, people are going to go and borrow more money. Hence, SoFi is going to profit more because they're going to give out more loans, therefore collecting more interest. So I believe that SoFi is going to hit all-time highs this week. And that's why we went a little aggressive with our recent cash secured puts. And if we look here, we entered those last ones on like Wednesday, and then we were out immediately on Friday because the should I close my trade sheet basically told us like, hey, it's not worth it to hold these anymore. You've already made enough money. And then we re-entered at a 15 and a 15.5 strike price, which brings us all the way down here and here. So I'm comfortable in that area. I don't know if I'll go. I don't know if I'm going to roll again, just because I want price to hit this all-time high first, and I want it to puncture through the 1840 zone, come back, retest this, and then we'll look to reposition once SoFi gets up there. So I am very excited for that this week. And then if we look at Victoria's Secret here, this one I think it might honestly push back up soon. We have this zone here from March until today, 108 days, that it hasn't really broken below the 1375 zone. And then if we look here, the 1775 zone, we haven't broke this since April, about 67 days. And in my opinion, we're going to keep bouncing in this channel until we get some sort of catalyst that pushes us up to the 2348. And then if we can break through this resistance, then we could see Victoria's Secret continue to push up. So keeping that one on my watch list, and I will continue to monitor it. Amazon. So if we look at Amazon here, I'm excited for this one because I think I'm going to take some leverage ETF trades on this, possibly this week. I want some sort of pullback. So I want to see price come back down, maybe touch the 218 zone, and then I'm going to look to enter or buy some shares of AMZU, which is just a 2x leverage ETF of Amazon. And the reason why I'm going to buy the 2x is because one, Amazon is a solid company. If we come here, and we look at their financials real quick. So PE ratio is 35, solid. EPS 6.26, absolutely insane. And honestly, the PE ratio is pretty low comparative to where we have always traded at with Amazon. So that tells me that this price is or this stock is undervalued right now, extremely undervalued. And with the RSI kind of pushing up to the 69.70 area, it's a little worrisome. And that's why I want to wait for that pullback. I want to see the RSI maybe come back down here to the 60 zone, and then we can enter. Also, we see that the MACD, we're about to have a crossover. And this is good news because this is an indication that we could be going into some bullish momentum soon. Hims is a beast. And after that 30% drop that we saw last week, 36% drop, it's already reclaimed 25% of that. We're currently up 20%, but we saw 25% yesterday or Friday, which is absolutely insane if you guys think about it. We rolled our positions, so that gave us an extra month, and we're already up over $1,000 on this position here, $1,100. And honestly, when the market opens, I feel like we are going to gap up tomorrow. We could see Hims hit 58 tomorrow, maybe even yeah, honestly, I don't know if we'll get to 58, but we're definitely gonna be up here in, like, the 54, 55, 56 zone. So we could see price gap up here, in my opinion. Keep an eye for that. And then as far as Amazon goes, so the reason why I forgot to mention this is if you look at the overall market, QQQ, we have already broken all-time highs. And then if we look at most other stocks, they have already punctured all-time highs or they're at all-time highs currently. And Apple and Amazon are lagging. And that tells me that a lot of money is going to start flowing out of these other stocks and flowing in to these type of stocks like Amazon, Apple, Tesla, stocks like that. So a lot of the Mag 7 essentially. And currently we are 8% away from all-time highs. If we can pull back here, it's about 10, 11%. And the reason I'm going to go 2x leverage ETF is because that's going to give us 2 times the returns. So if we could get 8% on Amazon, that's going to give us 16% with AMZU. So it's twice the risk, but twice the reward. And that's why we're going to take a small position in it. But it's going to be a position that I'm pretty confident in once we get that little pullback here. So I hope that we can see that, or even a pullback to 211. That would be beautiful. And if we can manage to get a pullback to 203, then I will look to go pretty heavy in Amazon, to be honest. PLTR, let's talk about that one because we saw a massive drop on PLTR on Friday. And that excites me. You know, we saw that 12% drop, and that is really exciting to me because we are almost in leap territory. If we can get down to like 124, 123, then we can enter some heavy leaps and potentially make 20% on those contracts in like less than a week. And that's going to be the plan going into the week tomorrow. I'm going to see how the market opens. Hopefully that PLTR pushes down a little bit more, and then we can enter those contracts in the morning. And hopefully we can be out by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the latest once price pulls back up here. And just to show you guys what kind of returns we're talking, I'll probably do a January 2027. And then to be honest, it's going to be I'm gonna go for like a 70 delta, and that's probably gonna cost me 4,700 bucks. We'll see how the market opens tomorrow. Could be more, could be less. But 4,700 bucks for a 125 strike. So debit 4,400 bucks. And then if price can get back to where it was trading at 148, then that would give us about $1,000 profit on that $4,000 contract, or 26%, 24%, 21% as the days go or as the months go on. Sorry. So I'm excited for that one. I think that we could make some decent returns, and I think it's going to happen quick. I don't think we're going to hold these contracts very long. PQ, as I mentioned, has already breached all time highs, And I am expecting some sort of pullback to the 540 zone. Could see that on Monday, and I hope that we do see that on Monday. And I also hope that we see a VIX spike, maybe to the 17, 18 zone. That way we can reallocate ourselves in the market because I am currently sitting on about 28% cash. And I would like to allocate a little bit more funds specifically to Amazon and PLTR. So I'm excited for the market to open tomorrow, and you guys should all be excited as well.